Hey everybody, Jim from Cigars. Today is a special day because I am reviewing the very popular and very hard to get Andalusian Bull by Flor Dominica, otherwise known as LFD. So there's been a lot of buzz about this cigar, and it's one of those things you can't really do a blind taste test of it because, I mean, look at it. It's very unusually shaped, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But so anyway, I gotta know what I'm smoking and give this the best impartial review that I can. But it's funny, I went on to Holt's, which is a cigar seller, earlier today, just to look around and kind of poke around and look at other reviews and stuff on this cigar. And Holt's said it's a 1-year back order. They aren't even taking orders, but they said if you want one, you're going to have to wait about a year because they're so far behind in production. And if I'm from Wisconsin here, and if people in Wisconsin want to wait that long for something, they're going to put their name on a Packers waiting list because that's about how long that takes times 30. So we're not going to wait for a cigar. We might wait for Packer tickets. But anyway, get back to business here. Specs on this thing: 6.5 inches long, 64 gauge. It's listed as a bellicoso, as a pyramid type shape. Notice I cut this off, and this is just, I don't want to get too far in the weeds here, but this is called a modified Dixon cut, no pun intended. So anyway, Lito Gomez, who is the mastermind of La Flor Dominica LFD, he actually had the idea for the cigar. He was in Europe and he came across a cigar mold that was in somebody's closet or something like that and said, hey, that's a unique shape. Nobody else makes a cigar that shape. And I suspect that's why it's so far back ordered. I don't know how many of these they make at a time or can stick in the mold at a time, but obviously not enough to meet demand. So, interesting story behind the cigar. Initial impression, good draw, nice draw on it. Flavor, it's not as strong as I've heard. I've heard things, oh, it's a powerful cigar. I don't know, honestly, I'd give it about a 7 out of 10 at this point. Maybe I'll catch you later and we'll talk some more about that when I've smoked it a while. But at first impression, 7 out of 10. The wrapper supposedly is an Ecuadorian Corojo. Cigar itself is made in Dominican Republic, and everything else but the wrapper actually comes from a farm that Lito Gomez and LFD own a significant share of. So they describe the tobacco as proprietary. It's because it's grown on their own farm. So kind of an interesting thing. The band on this, so you can see it's a very ornate, beautiful band. It says Andalusian Bull, and it's got a silhouette of a bullfighter with LFD. And Andalusia is a part of Spain. Little geography lesson that I didn't know up until recently. Andalusia is a part of Spain, and that's where a lot of the bullfighting culture takes place in Spain. So it's kind of an ode to that particular culture. So let's try again here and see what we got. Yeah, I gotta say, it's a little thinner than I thought it would be. It's smooth though. It's got caramel, a little bit of pepper, not much. It's a pretty smooth cigar. Leather is a good way to describe it. And it's a little bit, yeah, it's got a little sweetness to it. It actually, it's a good flavored cigar. It just isn't as bold as I think the buzz about it claims it to be. So I'm going to sit and I'm going to enjoy the rest of this on this beautiful 80-degree day in Wisconsin here in June 2020. I'm going to smoke this for a while and I'll come back and give you a final report in a few minutes. See you later. Hey, it's Jim from Cigars back here with the Andalusian Bull. Look at that. That is magnificent. Great construction on this cigar, I gotta say. Even given the girth of it having a ash that long, and I have not been babying this at all. It is just sticking around. So, comments about it, it really settled into a 7 or an 8 in terms of body. Good caramel sort of flavor, leather. Those would be the two aspects of it that I would point out. But what has impressed me the most, obviously, is the construction, even smoke, enjoyable smoke. I gotta say, too, you know, a lot of the overpowering strength buzz that this has gotten, I think it's just from the volume of the cigar. I'm a little loopy right now, but it's a huge cigar. It's a lot of tobacco. So anyway, I'm gonna make a minor effort to get rid of that ash, and it did fall off nicely. So I was originally going to pair this with Pellegrino because it's a very fancy cigar, but I decided as kind of a backup I would go with Feisty Cherry Diet Coke. You remember back, I don't know, a year or so ago or 2 years ago, Coke came out with these Diet Coke flavors like, I don't know, lime and mango, and they decided to make cherry fancy and made it Feisty Cherry. And I got to tell you, normally I've had drank this a few times, and normally it's a little too acidy for me, but with this cigar it really pairs very well. It's heavy enough, it kind of matches the cigar. It has a strong flavor of its own. Doesn't overwhelm the cigar though. So if you are going to smoke one and you are inclined smoking it in midday as I am, Diet Coke Feisty Cherry, good choice. So I'm going to finish this baby up, and I'm going to rate it. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10 as a rating. And again, it is in, compared to the Buzz, I think the Buzz is a little overrated, and we're all guilty of that. We go in and we go, God, this must be the best cigar in the world. And we smoke and we say, it was a good cigar, but it didn't knock my socks off. And that's what I would say about this cigar. Certainly not a bad cigar if you can get your hands on one for the 15 to 17 bucks that it goes for normally. I would recommend you get one just to try the experience. So anyway, that's it for today from Cigar, Cigar, Cigars. See you next time.